Welcome everyone. My name is Sean, and I actually, at one point in time on this channel, wanted to do a story about how 7-Eleven, this American institution of convenience stores that are all over the country, was actually going in a different direction because they're struggling in terms of business, where they wanted to make American 7-Elevens much like Japanese 7-Elevens, which involve higher quality food, a bunch of different upgrades to the stores to make them nicer. And honestly, if you guys haven't seen the difference between Japan's 7-Eleven and America's, I suggest you look them up online because you will be blown away. They have a high quality, high end food there, and it seems like it would be a dream to have something like that, or some machination of American with some of those Japanese elements in this great country. But the problem with having a Japanese 7-Eleven in the United States of America is that the people that 7-Eleven serve are nothing like the people in Japan. What we see time and time again whenever we look up these convenience stores across this country are these Flashmob style robberies, which are one part robbery and two parts excitement and fun, because as you can see, the starving criminal that's just trying to get food for their starving family are actually having fun enjoying this, breaking stuff intentionally, and just displaying their thuggery. And that's what happened in this West LA 7-Eleven that we're going to talk about today. But before we do, thank you to everybody who supports this channel via actualjusticewarrior.com/join.
Give me the money. Give me the money. Okay?
Tonight, caught on camera, a crazy video of a flash mob robbery in Pico-Robertson. Dozens of young people seen stealing food and causing massive damage inside a 7-Eleven last night. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf was there today, and he has more.
So one of the things that progressives often throw in my face is that the real criminal in society is not the criminals in society committing the crimes for real, it's actually poverty. You see, what's going on right here is some desperation. You're seeing some innocent Angel Aladdins who just want to take some food for their starving family, and they even said in the local news report that they stole a bunch of food from this 7-Eleven, so honestly, it's better to let them have it. Let the stores go out of business, let those people lose their jobs, let the people who are reliant on 7-Eleven pay higher prices and whatnot, because look at those innocent angels just trying to feed their family. But the fact of the matter is, this is wrong-headed for a number of reasons, because if you're just taking stuff in order to feed yourself because you're starving, first of all, that's still wrong. Go get a job. You can acquire money in legitimate ways in the United States of America. There's also food pantries and all sorts of things in order to cater to you. But secondly, there's no reason to destroy the store. There's no reason to have fun. But as you watch these videos, what you see time and time again is that these youths, these young people, these teenagers are enjoying themselves. They're committing unnecessary destruction because it's about destruction.
A shocking flash robbery inside a 7-Eleven in West LA. Dozens of young people overwhelming the store, stealing food, knocking down aisles.
So I just want to make this 100% clear. This is not shocking. This is not surprising. We've seen flash mob robberies before, and typically they are disproportionately young black men that are participating in this, and it should not be surprising to anyone when it happens over and over and over again. How many businesses have to be victimized before we decide that this is normal? How many places have to shut down, citing crime as the rationale, before we realize that it's not atypical, it's not a surprise, it's not a shock, it's nothing new, it's same old, and guess what? None of these kids are going to be prosecuted for this, and I know, again, that they're taking food. That kid really needs those Slim Jims because he can't get protein in the United States of America to feed his starving family. Pay no attention to the fact that he jumped the counter to go towards the tobacco and lottery tickets.
LA. Dozens of young people overwhelming the store, stealing food, knocking down aisles, even throwing stuff at employees standing there helplessly.
So of course, as you saw right there, they're throwing down the aisles, they're throwing stuff at the employees, while the employees are not engaging with the criminals. They're just letting this happen. Obviously, they are not armed at all, and yet these youths, these young people, these innocent angels who just need the food for their starving family are chucking the food at these people. They're humiliating them because, again, it's all a part of the process. This is thuggery right here. They feel like they're entitled to do so. Everything in our society caters to them. Laws have been changed to not hold these people accountable, so they're having fun while they're doing it. If you wanted to take the stuff, you could do it in such a way that does as little damage as possible. But as we've seen time and time again with these flash mob robberies, and again, don't take my word for it, Pay attention to the videotape. They're trying to be as destructive as possible.
What happened? Robbery.
A store worker cleaning up Friday night stunned.
They destroy everything, including the coffee machine and everything. They broke the coffee machine too? Yeah.
So here you have a guy, a low-wage worker, who is tasked with cleaning up this absolute disaster. It looks like a damn bomb went off in this location after these juvies decided that they were going to destroy this 7-Eleven for their own fun and for their own entertainment. And if you don't think this was for enjoyment and fun, pay attention to what he said right there. Let me just play that again.
They destroy everything, including the coffee machine and everything. They broke the coffee machine too? Yeah.
Why would you do that if you weren't going out of your way to do as much damage as possible? Maybe they thought that the food that they needed was inside the coffee maker. Maybe they were going to eat the coffee beans. Maybe society has restricted the minority in our country for so long from having coffee that they just had to go after that machine because it was a symbol of white supremacy. No, absolutely not. They destroyed it because it was fun. Look at how much disarray is in this particular location. And by the way, in terms of the food that they stole, Slim Jims, Twinkies, I mean, come on. Let's get real, people. There's nothing here of high nutritional value or anything like that. There's nothing here, while 7-Eleven can be pricey, that is completely unaffordable. They did this for their enjoyment. They planned it. They got together. They used to call it wilding out, and that's exactly what happened right here. A flash mob robbery that was meant to be as destructive as possible because those people don't care about them. In fact, they hate them for working in the legitimate workforce. That's why they pelted them with stuff. That's why they harassed them. That's why any hint of resistance would have been met with a vicious beatdown, if not a murder, because these thugs have no responsibility. They know there's no accountability, and they find amusement in inflicting suffering on other people.
Approximately 80 or 100 juvies trashed the place.
Video posted to the Citizen app shows the thousands of dollars of destruction.
Total mess.
The vandals stuffing their hands with food and cigarettes, many not even trying to hide their face, gone well before police arrive.
Now, for those of you who thought I was speculating about the Slim Jim guy who jumped the counter in order to get the tobacco, here is a better angle of them robbing them of all of their tobacco products. Now, again, for everybody out there in the audience who thinks that they're just starving, they just need to eat, I want you to draw me a picture, leave it in the comments, of these people eating those tobacco products. I want an exact replica, maybe in a sculpture, of them doing so I can understand how they're actually the victims and not the store, not the people cleaning it up, not the owner, not the neighbors who can't rely on this convenience store anymore because they've made it entirely inconvenient. But yes, I'm here all day. Comedy, people, that's what I do.
Oh my God.
Customers shocked by the surveillance video.
You're talking about people taking advantage of where we are now in society.
Parents don't know what the kids are doing. I mean, they're going to a party.
So the local news says these people are so shocked, but they're not. Listen to what they're saying. They're saying the parents aren't watching what they're doing, the kids are on their way to a party, and by the way, they're also taking advantage of where we're at in society. That is a reference to the current laws and the current ideology that is dominant in the city of Los Angeles. So despite the local news saying this is a shocking story and citizens are shocked, everything that they're telling you is that this is not surprising.
It's back to business as usual at the 7-Eleven on a Saturday, but you can still see they're dealing with the damage left behind.
They broke the glass too, look at it.
So here you see the wood panels, and of course you get a cut back to the Citizen app live stream where they point out that they broke the glass as well. I'm sure that was totally necessary on their way to feed their starving families because they just had to shatter the glass because these guys are innocent and nobody steals at all for fun. They're not doing this for entertainment. They're not trying to cause as much destruction as possible because the progressive left told me these people were innocent. They told me these people were angels and they're just doing what they need to do in order to get by. These are children. They're not even covering their faces. They're smashing the glass, smashing the aisles. What more proof do you need that this is done to be as destructive as possible? But I understand my audience gets it. You guys out there looking and seeing what's actually there get what's going on, but the progressive left will never understand this. Ironically, these people who have never even smelled a criminal in real life will tell you what's going on in the criminal mind because they're overprivileged brats who just want to make excuses for them.
They must have planned it online. They didn't just randomly do it.
This store security guard left Friday night just an hour before the thieves took over. What do you do in that situation? situation?
I don't know what that's the police's problem, you know. I can't be out there trying to stop 50 people, you know. That's too much.
So the security guard right here left an hour before this went down. Not exactly the best use of security resources, but even he admits if he was there, there's not really a lot he can do in this particular scenario because he's not going to be able to fight off 50 people. Also, he's getting up there in age, but yeah, not really a great investment in security, if we're being perfectly honest, because they got overrun immediately.
This is unacceptable behavior in a civilized society.
LA County District Attorney George Gascon reacting to a series of flash robberies now a year ago.
We view them as organized crime.
The 7-Eleven in Pico-Robertson, the latest store, left cleaning up.
So I like that they play the clip of Gascon and him saying that this is serious, it's unacceptable in a civilized society, and that they view them as organized crime, while also pointing out that he said that a year ago, because this is so common in Los Angeles. You have tape of the district attorney talking about multiple instances from a year back, and nothing has been done. So he can talk tough, he can say it's organized crime and all that, but the fact of the matter is, he's not prosecuting anybody for these crimes. Laws in Los Angeles protect this person. They come from the state, California. There's Prop 47, which Newsom is looking to protect at all costs, because he thinks it's a part of his legacy that he wants to run on for president in 2028. And obviously, until that law is changed, until the law that prevents these supposedly non-violent criminals from being sent to prison changes, because now they end up in county jail, and because the county jail's full, they just get released automatically, we're not going to see anything change in Los Angeles. This is going to happen time and time again, and it's very telling that these kids didn't even bother, even though this was an organized attack, to cover their faces, because they know that they can operate with impunity, because everything I said about adults stealing and adults getting away with it, and Gascon refusing to try and prosecute them as adults, is true of kids in spades, because they're innocent little babies and they need some diversion programs. Somebody quick, get some games of midnight basketball together, because that's going to solve the problem. Pay no attention to the fact that these kids robbed that place on their way to an event, and they likely do the same on their way to midnight basketball. But you know what? Those are just my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like the video, show them by leaving a like, subscribe for more content, follow me on the social media, support me via the support links in the description of this video. This has been me talking about the disaster of yet another flash mob robbery in California, in Los Angeles. Till next time.